Hello everyone! Welcome to our water conservation series. In this video, we'll be talking about natural freshwater systems with Dr. Lynda McCarthy.
Hello, it's so good to speak to you today. My name is Dr. Lynda McCarthy, and I'm a Great Lakes ecotoxicologist in the Department of Chemistry and Biology at Ryerson University. And what I do is I look at aquatic organisms such as zooplankton. So my research team wants to know what happens to these little animals when they're exposed to pollutants. So climate change in Ontario, for example, right? So around these abundant Great Lakes is going to actually bring around huge impacts to freshwater systems because firstly, we will continue to see these massive and extensive rainwater storms, which brings huge amount of flooding to urban centers such as Toronto. They wash all the pollutants from the land into rivers and lakes. And this causes increased pollution to freshwater systems. Climate change is also going to see extensive droughts, for example, to farms in southern Ontario. And this will contribute to freshwater depletion, okay? And climate change is actually going to lead to more forest fires, for example, in northern Ontario. And so water systems will need to be used to keep these fires under control. Climate change, even around a body of water as huge as the Great Lakes, is going to be depleted if we're not super careful with our freshwater conservation efforts and other solutions for climate change improvements. So what water conservation will mean to the citizens of Ontario is that less money and energy needs to be used to clean up source water, such as Lake Ontario, which is what we use for a drinking water supply. So all in all then, water conservation is extremely important. And again, I can't emphasize this enough. Even if you live around the Great Lakes and seem to have an endless supply of fresh water. Because what happens with a seemingly endless supply of anything, we tend not to be respectful of it, and we tend to then waste it. Please grow plants in the summer, okay? I mean, little pots of soil are just so great at grabbing rainwater, and you can grow vegetables. I mean, something as straightforward as tomatoes, and you'll be involved in rainwater capture, which is such a great conservation effort. This is just something just really, it seems so small, but oh, it can have such a huge effect. You can actually capture rainwater around your home in rain barrels, and you can actually water nearby gardens. And so, just don't waste water. I mean, treat it as an incredibly precious resource, which it is. And lastly, don't use bottled water. Ontario's tap water is the best drinking water in the world. And when we use local water sources, we end up returning that water back to the watershed that it came from. And that helps to sustain a healthy water cycle. Everybody thinks that oceans have cooler organisms, but let me tell you, the Great Lakes also have the most amazing organisms. I mean, one of my favorite fish is a legacy fish from the dinosaur times, the sturgeon. It is a gentle giant. It used to live in enormous numbers in Lake Erie. And if you ever get a chance to see these, again, beautifully huge, shy fish, it's just amazing to behold. Students, the younger generation, are absolutely going to help educate the adults in their world. And together then, we will all go forward Yes, to clean up the Great Lakes. Yes, to protect freshwater sources. Yes, to learn so much from First Nations scientific scholarship and to help globally in this massive problem of climate change. But together, we will do it. And any of you who have ever read the Lorax or had the Lorax read to you, the Lorax said, you can be the change for better if you will just accept the truffula seed.
Thank you, Dr. Lynda McCarthy. That was our video on natural freshwater systems. Join us for our next video in the series.